Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to make a quick chicken soup. Now, when I was growing up, my mom used to make chicken soup, but it was an all-day affair. She used to put a big, one of those small roasting chickens in the pot with all the carrots and the celery and the onions and everything and let it cook all day. Well, I used to do that too because that's how she did it and it always came out amazing. But I've learned how to make a quick pot of chicken soup when I'm just ready to have chicken soup in 2 hours, an hour and a half, 2 hours. And don't mind the noise back here. There's a little puppy here and Brody, so they're kind of rambunctious running around. I'll tell you about that later. Anyway, so just so you know, if you hear the noise. So I'm just going to show you how I make a quick chicken soup. Literally, it'll be done in an hour and a half to 2 hours. And I'll show you the shortcuts that I do to make it taste like it's been cooking all day, guys, okay? All right, let's bring you over here. Of course, he's gonna bark like a crazy man now. Okay, so I have my pot. Now, I put water up to about here, okay? Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put 2 of these chicken broths in it. And that's the secret to having a soup that cooks really, that cooks quick and it tastes like it's been cooking all day. It's chicken broth, okay? Now these are 32 ounces, 2 pounds. So I'm putting two 32 ounce cans of chicken broth. Now, the thing is I'm making a lot of broth because my family likes a lot of broth. And the broth, after the soup cooks a while, does soak up, does evaporate a little bit. So you always have to have an extra can of chicken broth on hand. Or you can add a little bit of water. I've done that. Or you can add chicken bouillons or whatever. Whatever you want to add. But the more chicken broth, the better. Okay? So there's, like I said, I put about this much water. And the rest I put, excuse me 1 minute because my puppy is getting into things. Get here. No. No. No, Cooper. Get a puppy. They said it would be fun. Oh, it's lots of fun. Lots of fun. Anyway, so like I said, I put water up to here, or out of here, and then the rest is chicken broth. Now I'm going to put... Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. This is craziness. This is craziness. I'm going to put carrots. Okay. And I cut them up into small pieces. Everything is in small pieces. This way, everything cooks quicker. Okay, I got about 5 celery stalks. Okay. And carrots. Hey, no noise now. I'm trying to show people how to make quick chicken soup. Probably can't even see me over here. Sorry, guys. All right. So I got some carrots and some celery. Now, I don't know if I said this, but if you cut everything small, it cooks quicker. This way, everything will be nice and tender in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. You could start this at 3 o'clock and have chicken soup on the table by 5 o'clock for your family. All right, it's on medium high because right in the beginning it has to boil. Now I'm just gonna cut a little bit more carrots up for you guys. Okay. And carrot overboard, and I gotta pick it up because you know what it's like. If you have a puppy, they eat everything they find. All right, I hate to have my back to you guys. Oops. Okay. Okay, so the celery's in, the carrot's in, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 whole onions in. Yeah, if you don't like onions, you don't have to put them in your soup. We happen to love onions in this family, so I'm going to put 2 whole onions in. So I just cut them like that. Whoop, cut them like that. Take the skin off, and then just load them in. 1. Take the skin off. This very self-explanatory. You don't even have to cut it. You can put the whole onion in if you want. That's usually what I do. But I'm just doing this today. Put that in. Now, the thing with this soup is that when my kids were growing up, I used to make a lot of soups and stews and all of that. My kids loved it. Today, they're not big chicken soup eaters anymore. But, so I am. Me and my husband love it. So what I do is I take those, if you go to Just a Buck or the Dollar Tree or something, you can get those chicken soup container, like those containers that you get at the Chinese place. I put them in there and I freeze them. And whenever I want soup, there it is in the freezer, ready for heating up. So that's a really good tip, guys. You always have soup if you just make a big batch. You know what I mean? And then you have it. Okay, so there you go. Celery, onions, carrots, and I already put a piece of chicken in already. I'm going to cut this one up now. Now, the thing is, like I said, if you like big pieces of chicken, you know, by all means, put big pieces of chicken in, shred it if you want. But we like small pieces, so I cut them very small, not extremely small, but, you know, a little bit bigger than bite size. Because you don't want like a big piece of chicken, you know, you want everything kind of small. And what I also put in is my mom always put in, for sweetness, a little can of like tomato sauce. It was so good. Our chicken used to always be like red, had a red tint. People would be like, why is your chicken soup red? Because my mom always put a little can of tomato sauce in, and believe me, it is so good. But I don't do that. Most of the time, what I do is, I'm going to show you. I put a can of whole tomatoes. Let me just wash my hands so I get rid of the chicken. Because you know, poultry's not good to have all over your hands. So, let's get rid of this knife. What I do is this. This is what I use. Whole peeled tomatoes. I put the whole can in with the juice. It's very good. You put it in and you let it cook with it. And then as the chicken soup cooks, wow, that's just made it. As the chicken soup cooks, the tomatoes will dissolve and all that. And if they don't, go in with like a smusher, one of those smusher things that they're called, and smush the tomatoes. Or if you have issues with it, you can just take some of the tomatoes out and just squeeze them and break them up and put them in. Or you could break them up before you put them in there. That's fine. And also, guys, if you happen to have, if you don't happen to have, chicken breast in the house, if you have, bone-in chicken, or like I've even made chicken soup like with chicken legs and bone-in chicken thighs. Just let it cook in there, and it'll cook just as quick. But make sure that you strain out the bones before you give it to your family, because you don't want to have any issues like that. Okay, so this is it. This is what it's doing. Okay, there's a big pot of soup. It's gonna cook about 2 hours, and after I plate it and all that, I'll come back and I'll show you guys what it looks like. Delicious, quick meal. Oh, one other thing. You could have it with raviolis. You could have it with noodles, any kind of pasta. This is what I like. It's almost like barley, but it's not. It's like those little pastas. So good. And I just pour it in there and let it cook like the last 15-20 minutes. And then you have it in there already. So that's why you need a lot of broth too, because you need to be able to boil your pasta in there. Here's the pot of chicken soup boiling, guys. It's been about a half hour now, boiling away. It's on like a medium high flame. Don't mind my dirty stove. I'm gonna lower it in about another half hour to like a simmer. This way, like a medium simmer, and it'll cook about another hour and a half. Also, I forgot to tell you guys, I put garlic powder, salt and pepper, onion powder, Italian seasoning, and some parsley. That's what I put in my soup, just to taste. So you guys put whatever seasonings you like in your soup. Oh, I also put grated cheese, at least a cup. As it's cooking, I put about a cup of grated cheese in, and then we always use grated cheese in our soups. That's just us. All right, so I'll be back when I plate it. So here's the finished product, guys. my hearty chicken soup. Quick chicken soup. Yummy.